Hey everyone, we've got Larry here. If you want to use the hand stool, we'll get things started shortly. Get things started with Sean Hammond. Sean, you want to unmute yourself?
There we go. Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
Pretty good.
What's it like to get some individualized time with Juan Castillo? You know, normally he'd be dealing with like a dozen of you guys in season.
Yeah.
What's he like in a smaller setting?
He's the same energized coach, the same person. I mean, it's been really good. It's been a lot more detail. He's able to focus on, with it being a small group, really just focus on everything with us. And I mean, it's been great.
Yeah. What is the focus for you guys this weekend on the line?
Really just learning the scheme and just playing with each other. That's really it.
Marcus.
Hey, Larry. Good morning, man. Welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
Watching you out there in the field yesterday, you looked somewhat different from the guy I watched on tape at Missouri all year last year. I'm talking about your physique, your body type, the way you move. We've heard that there was some significant weight change. Can you talk a little bit about how you've changed your body?
Yeah. I got down after the season to 322, and I'm gonna get back up just a little bit to probably around 330. But it was just a lot of hard work. I put my head down this past off season and really just knew what my biggest issue was. And I mean, I feel really good. I feel light on my feet. I feel like a totally different player.
Was that at the advice of like a personal coach you were working with, or the guys at Missouri or the NFL scouts? What made you decide to go through all that?
Right. It was a combination of people at Missouri and then a couple coaches that I knew that went on to different schools at the time that I was still in close contact with.
Thanks.
Hey, Larry. Matt Nagy yesterday was talking about Justin Fields' kind of serious demeanor on the field, that he doesn't. It doesn't sound like he messes around. You know, he's very serious. And I know that you know him a little bit going back from training. What have you found about kind of his disposition out there? Nagy said he means business.
Yeah, he's 100% about business. It's not funny games when we're on the field. It's definitely 100% business, and he wants to do the job at the highest level that he can. And I try to echo that with my play, and it works out.
Do you think that sets a tone for other rookies?
Yeah, it sets a tone for the whole offense. If you see your quarterback he's not messing around, it makes everyone else wants to work 10 times harder.
Dean Weeder.
Larry, obviously this is a orientation weekend for a lot of you guys. I'm curious what your sort of short-term goals were for this 3-day stretch here.
Right. My biggest thing was just to keep my head in the playbook, learn the playbook in and out, and just be able to take in any information that I can from Coach Castillo with small details regarding footwork, technique, playbook, just anything. Just soak up as much information as I can.
Tevin was saying that he had heard from a veteran or two. Have you connected with any of the veteran linemen yet at this point?
I connected with a few, and that was like right after draft day.
Who was it, and what'd they tell you?
I forgot who it was, but they were like just reaching out just to welcome me in and with open arms, and I'm just grateful for that.
Larry Mayer.
Hey, Larry, what would you consider your strength as a player, and what's one thing that you think you're going to have to work on, especially like in training camp when the pads come on?
Right. My strengths, I feel like I could pass protect with the best of them, and I'm a big body that can run off the ball. And one thing I need to work on just smaller, just little technique things regarding just some things in the run game, maybe footwork here and there, hand placement. But other than that, I feel like I can pass block with the best of them.
Joe Lewis.
Yeah, Larry, this being your second day in the rookie mini camp, how has the transition been going from college ball to the NFL? Have you seen the difference yet, even though, of course, you haven't had an actual game?
Yeah, it's the tempo and the whole demeanor behind just practice is totally different from college. It's a step above, a notch up. Something you got to really just come in with you ready to work. And in college, it was kind of just a little bit. It was just a little different.
Pat Finley.
Larry, this will be your third different offense in 3 years. What tricks do you use to learn a playbook?
It's all the same thing, just different language, essentially. As long as you can learn concepts and be able to pick up on the conceptual part of it, you'll be able to learn the names and the different way that we speak it pretty easy. And that's what I really just grew up on.
Alex Shapiro.
Hey, Larry. Just curious what it's been like getting to know Tevin as the fellow rookie tackle. Has it been good getting to know him off the field versus on the field?
Yeah, it's been good getting to know everyone, him, the rest of the line that's here. And it's cool because before getting drafted, I never knew anything about him. Like it's crazy that how football can bring somebody together with someone else. And he's a cool dude, works hard, and I'm excited to work with him.
All right, we got time for two more. We're gonna go Phil Thompson, and then we'll close it out with Sean Hammond. Phil.
Larry, my question was along the same line, but I want to get a little more into the personality. People talked about Tevin's nasty streak. I want to know, what similarities or differences that you know between you two, have heard about you two, both your persona on the field and off the field.
Right. I feel like on the field, we both have that, like you said, that mean streak that you need to be able to flip on. And off the field, we're just some goofy guys that's easy to talk to. But on the field, I feel like we're the same type of mentality that we want to be able to run off the ball and be able to protect our quarterback.
Thanks.
Sean Hammond.
Larry, was it weird having Coach Nagy over the iPad yesterday? And did you notice them running around with the iPad at all?
It was a little different, but I've seen that in college before, so it wasn't nothing. I feel like nowadays it's kind of the norm with a lot of things. A lot of people just online, and it'll happen.
All right, thanks everyone. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, just a heads up for everyone. Khalil Herbert is on the way. He'll be here in the next few minutes, so we'll get him started shortly. And if you want to get hands up now, we can get things started as soon as he sits down. Hey guys, we got Khalil here. We'll get things started with Pablo and Kush.
Hey, Khalil, how you doing?
Good, you?
Good, thank you. It seems like kind of a theme with your rookie class this year is guys who switch schools or switch positions. And I'm curious, from your perspective, what was involved for you in the switch from Kansas to Virginia, and why do you feel you were able to be so much more productive, successful when you got there?
Yeah, ultimately, I think it was just a business decision. I had to do what was best for me. And at Kansas, I just didn't feel like I was being used properly, so I decided to hit the portal. But ultimately, I'm grateful for Virginia Tech and all they did. They put me in a position. Really, I just hats off to the coaches and my teammates. They put me in position to be able to get the ball in space and do things and just get the ball in my hand. So I think that was kind of the biggest thing. They just believed in me and allowed me to play my game.
The portal it's kind of a new thing, but it's become so commonplace in college ball. What was that like? Was it like a whole nother recruiting process once you were in it?
Yeah, basically. Honestly, it was a lot different than coming out of high school, because in the portal, coaches can hit you up from all over. You could kind of take visits whenever, but it's kind of like a form of free agency. Like it's weird, but it's a new thing that's big now in college football. So.
Thanks.
Hey, Khalil. I was wondering if Coach Nagy or Coach Petrie or even Coach Tabor laid out some specific goals or expectations for you over the weekend.
Yeah, they really want me to come in here and learn as much as I can, establish a role on special teams. They are really big on that. So just getting in special teams, getting in my playbook, learning as much as I can to help contribute to the team in some way or form.
Finley.
We were talking earlier about Justin and about how serious he was on the field. Have you noticed that, or did you notice that yesterday? And what does that do when he means business like that?
Yeah, definitely. He gives off that demeanor on the field, and I think guys gravitate towards it, and it spreads to guys in the locker room. But when we're out there, he's locked in, dialed in, making sure we got the calls, got the plays, got the cadence, and it definitely helps us, I feel like, run a lot smoother, knowing what we got to do, how to do it, and have that kind of clean, crisp mindset when we attack the line of scrimmage.
Did you see him? Did you see him flash a smile or two yesterday? Did he break character at all?
I don't know. I'll look for it today, but he was out there. He was all business, but I know he was having fun.
Colin Kane.
Hey, Khalil, can you take us through the last 2 weeks, just what kind of you did to get up to speed with the team and the offense? And then what was it like getting out there yesterday, first practice with the Bears?
Yeah, so basically we had Zoom meetings the last 2 weeks, kind of just learning the basics of the offense, the basics of the team, just trying to get familiar with things. So when I got up here, it was a no-brainer. Things were kind of moving a lot smoother. And then getting out there again yesterday, it's always great to be out on the football field. It's a blessing. I'm out there and I'm like, wow, I actually get paid for this. So it was fun. And, the guys, everybody did a great job. I feel like of just attacking the day and being crisp and knowing what we had to do. So I feel like we did really good yesterday.
Dane Weeder.
Khalil, just as an extension off that, with these last 2 weeks after draft day itself, has there been a moment, have there been times these last 14 days where you've taken a second to appreciate this NFL opportunity that you've earned?
Yeah, every day. It's still, my friends ask me if it still hit me. And I still don't think it has, but every day I definitely, this is my first job. So I feel like it's a blessing every day and I'm blessed to be here and happy to be here. So.
Has there been anything inside Hallis Hall where you've walked around and looked at anything in the building that's struck you and sort of driven home the point that you're here now?
Not yet. Everything here kind of amazes me. I'm walking around, see something new every day, but just like the facilities and everything here is top notch, next level. So, I'm really excited to be here and happy that I got picked here.
Larry Mayer.
Hey, Khalil, with the Cordero Patterson not coming back to the Bears, that's obviously an opening, the kickoff return job. How much pride do you do in that? How much pride do you take in that? And with such a lot of depth in the backfield, is that something that you look at that maybe could give you an edge in terms of earning a roster spot?
Definitely. I'm trying to help out the team any way possible, whether it be any type of special teams or on offense. But kick return, something I pride myself on being able to do to affect the game. To start off drives, help the offense out, get good field position. So it's something I've been talking to Coach Taves about, and I feel like I would be able to help the team out in that way.
I just have a quick follow-up about what you said before about this is your first job. Were you referring to like your first job out of college, or you've worked before, right? Like during college and stuff?
I mean, if you want to count like Uber and Postmates, that's about it. But like my first actual real job, this is that.
We got time for a couple more. Any last questions for Khalil?
Let me just ask you about the kick return abilities that you have. What do you think that you bring to the table in terms of your kick return abilities?
I feel like I bring a lot. Just being able to use my vision, playing running back, being able to set up blocks, break tackles, and run north and south. I think it's a really big thing to just be able to hit that hole full speed with no fear and go. So that's one thing. I feel like all those things help in kick return game. So being able to do that, I think helps.
We've got two more. Pat Finley, and then we'll close it out with our coach. Pat?
When you did Uber, what was the mint or gum situation? And did you share the aux cord or not?
No, I never shared the aux. I mean, I didn't have any mint or gum. I wasn't a high class Uber. I just picked people up. Most of the time it was my teammates. So.
Hey, Khalil, have you had any contact yet with David Montgomery or Damian Williams? Have any idea, whether they're going to be mentors or competitors or how that's going to go?
No, I haven't yet.
So you haven't met the other running backs yet?
No.
And no reach out, no text, no nothing like that?
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks everyone.
Hold on, wait.
Everyone doing? We got Das here. We'll get things started with Zach Pearson.
Hey, Daz. First off, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Second, you recently said that Justin Fields was one of the first players to reach out to you. What's that connection been like, and how'd you guys, have that chemistry yesterday, day one?
Honestly, really just sticking to the script. Really just me being in the spot, me doing what my coach tell me to do, and he was putting him on the money.
Dean Weider.
Des, what have been your impressions of Justin's deep ball in the limited time you had to throw together?
It's pretty. It was definitely pretty. It was right in stride too.
What do you like about that as a receiver, knowing that you've got a guy that can let you run and go get something?
Really just knowing that every time I win deep, that it's a chance I might get it, because for one, I see he's the guy that's looking downfield, and he's definitely putting it right on the money. So it was definitely a good feeling.
Jason Leisure.
Des, what kind of opportunity do you think you'll have as a rookie to earn a real role in the offense?
I don't know, honestly. It's my first year, so I guess I'm gonna find out. I just got to work hard and just let everything play out.
Steve Leventhal.
Yeah, hi, Daz. Tell me, what's the experience like being up here in Chicago, interacting with the fans? I know you reached out on Twitter for some food suggestions.
Yeah, but I ain't really experienced it yet because I only been in a hotel and all that. But so far, it's been good so far. People gave me a lot of food suggestions. I'm gonna go check them all out when I get out of mini camp.
Great, thanks.
Phil Thompson.
Hey, Daz, I just want to confirm that you're named after Daz Dillinger. If you could talk about the backstory to that and what was it like growing up with that name?
I don't really know the backstory. I just asked my dad where my name come from, and he told me it came from Daz Dillinger. I guess he liked him, but growing up, at first I really didn't used to like my name when I was little. But then my mom always told me that you was gonna like it when you get older. And by the time I got to high school, I did start to like my name a lot. Just because I never met nobody named Daz. And look, what's your favorite food place?
Oh, in terms of Chicago, pizza, Giordano's.
How about every time I talk to somebody, they tell me their favorite food place before they end the conversation.
Okay. Well, let me follow up on that. Do you like Daz Dillinger as a rapper, or anybody, or like anybody from Snoop Dogg's camp, or does that seem too old school to you?
For sure, I heard a little bit of him. I mess with him.
Okay.
Sean Heyman.
Thanks.
Daz, go to Portillo's and get yourself a beef sandwich.
Portillo's, okay. I heard that multiple times.
All right, good.
Check that one out.
When you come in here and you start working with a quarterback who you haven't worked with before, just what's your process for building that relationship on and off the field?
I'm really just trying to get a bond, honestly. Just trying to make sure that he knows where I'm supposed to be, and really just trying to make sure I know what he's thinking and what's his progressions and stuff like that. And really just trying to get a connection.
You got to go to Lou Malnati's, but you got to get the thin crust, not the deep dish.
Lou, okay, I heard that one before too.
How would you describe Justin's personality on the field? We've had a couple of people talk about how serious he appears to be when it's time to get down to business.
I feel like he's just like most starting quarterbacks I've been around. He's calm and collective, but he's a leader too, but he's still trying to learn as like all of us are trying to learn. So I think he's doing a great job at it.
Dean Weider.
Guys, you like Italian food?
Yeah.
All right, there's a place downtown, Piccolo Sonio. Get yourself there at some point, all right?
Piccolo Sonio.
Yeah, you got it. You said that right too. These last 2 weeks, what's been the challenge for you of one, getting settled, and two, just taking a minute to appreciate the opportunity that's now arrived for you?
The plays haven't been so bad for me. I would say the toughest thing is really just my alignments, like knowing I'm supposed to be heads +2, knowing I'm supposed to be numbers -2, And really, I would think that's just been the toughest thing for me, honestly.
Has there been a moment where you've just stopped to recognize, more than just on the day you were drafted that, man, I'm in the NFL now and it's time to go?
Yeah, I did, but I realized what pick I was too, and I realized that it can be taken away from me anytime. So I know I got to put in the work.
Jason Leisure.
Daz, go to Gibson's and get a good steak.
Gibson's, I ain't heard of Gibson's before.
You'll like it. What would you say is if you had to pick one, what is the number one quality that has gotten you this far as a football player?
I would say for one, my confidence, my mentality, and really just me working and just believing in myself.
Joe Lewis.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm from the South Side, so you need to get you some Harold's chicken. I don't know if anybody's told you about that yet.
Nah, I ain't heard about no Harold's chicken. Hey, you know what's crazy? They don't got no Waffle House down here.
No, we ain't got no Waffle House.
Yeah, I thought Waffle House was global. I ain't know Waffle House was only in the South. That's crazy. Where do y'all go when it's 24 hours and y'all want to go at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning type deal?
It was good luck, basically.
Oh man.
But knowing that the Bears are in need of people on punt returns as well as impact players at the wide receiver position, what is your mentality? And are you feel with a bit of excitement knowing you can impact the game on multiple layers for the Bears?
Yeah, for sure. My mentality is really just to come in and do my job and try to get a job, honestly, and try to make sure I get on that field as any way as possible, whether it's kickoff, whether it's kick return, whether it's punt team, gunner, or whether it's punt return or receiver.
Larry Mayer.
Hey, Daz, I have a couple of food things for you first. I highly recommend Portillo's, like someone mentioned before.
Okay.
And for pizza, you're definitely you definitely want to go with Lou Malnati's. But our friend Pat, who recommended that and said to go with the thin crust, he's from California. That's all you need to know about Pat. You got to go with the sausage patty deep dish one. That's what you want.
Sausage patty deep.
Yeah, and lastly, if you like those Japanese steakhouses where they cook it in front of you.
Oh yeah. Those are my spots right there.
There's a place called Tsukasa that's real close to Hellas Hall. That's outstanding. So you'll
Tsukasa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me switch to football. You mentioned before that your number one strength is your confidence and your mentality. Where does that come from? Is that something you've always had? Where did that kind of emanate from?
I think really this is where I just grew up from. Really, I'm from Hampton, Virginia. I was born in Newport News. I would say just me growing up from the place I lived around, like Sherwood Road my whole life. Yeah, I probably heard that like Allen Iverson, the Michael Vick, and people like that. We really just came from like a tough neighborhood, and it's really just I feel like that's just how everybody is. It's like you got to get it, or you don't, or they're gonna talk bad to you.
We got time for 2 more. We're gonna go Dan Weeder and Zach Pearson. Dan.
Daz, you're looking for early morning eats. Were you a timeout guy in Chapel Hill?
Most definitely.
What'd you get there?
I used to get like 2 pieces of chicken. I get 2 thighs. I get either the potato salad or the macaroni and cheese, or I get the macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes and gravy.
What were your other go-tos on Franklin Street or elsewhere in Chapel Hill?
Waffle House. They got Waffle House now.
Sorry, we don't have that here. That's all I had for you.
Zach?
Hey, Daz, I'll throw another pizza place. Pequod's is really good for deep dish as well.
I ain't heard that one either.
I was talking to your former offensive coordinator, Phil Longo, and he said you really excelled at yards after catch. Where do you kind of get that mentality from, and where to kind of start?
I would say that started. Yeah, once again, just me. My dad was a coach for the high school I went to, and really just me just seeing a bunch of players. I've been a water boy since I was like 6 years old, all the way till I was in 7th grade. So really just seeing all those players. I remember when I first got on the sidelines, Tyrod Taylor, he was in high school, and really just seeing all them players and seeing my brother, it was a bunch of great players that came through my city and all that, and really just seeing all those players, how they move and how they make people miss. I just picked up pieces from everybody and just really to put it in my game.
I've actually got 1 more. Steve Leventhal.
Yeah, I was going to say that Phil kind of asked my question about the wide receivers. So I'm just going to put in my vote for City Barbecue just up the road from Hallis Hall. Get some of that Carolina, Virginia barbecue.
I had City Barbecue before. They got that in North Carolina, I want to say.
And forget what they said about pizza. Go to Donati's in Lake Forest.
Nice.
All right, thanks. That's it.
Thank you.